Hello, my name is Ethan, and this is my exercise 210 practical midterm, where I will be demonstrating two tests and measures for a client. My client Sarah Johnson. For this, we'll be calling her Samaria, and she would like to lose weight as her main goal. She's had light activity in the past, and she's looking for 3 to 4 days a week of exercise time, preferring a gym setting or group workouts. So I'll take her through two relevant tests and measures, and we'll go from there. So I will do waist circumference, I will do the 2-minute step test, and then I will also do goblet squat and mountain climbers as my exercises. Hello, for our first test and measure for client 2, Samaria, we will do the waist circumference test. So for this test, what we're going to do is we're going to measure around her belly button to just her waist circumference in centimeters. For this, it is a prerequisite for cardiovascular screening, as your visceral fat can tell your risk for cardiovascular disease. Our current client here, she is a 28-year-old, she's done light activity, she's in good health, and from prior screening, she does not have any major diseases like diabetes or no known cardiovascular disease, as well as being low risk, so this is a good test for this. So what I'll do is, I have it turned towards me, go ahead, just arms up, and we'll go right around the belly button for you. And so looking at it, you are right at 70 centimeters. So 70 centimeters is the lowest of risks for this test. So she's in good condition for it, and she would be safe to do cardiovascular testing and exercise. So this is making sure that the exercise we do is safe and appropriate for her. Alright, so for our second test and measure, what we'll be doing is we'll be doing the 2-minute step test. So for this test, it is a great way to test aerobic endurance for low-risk individuals for cardiovascular disease, and make sure that the intensity that we choose for aerobic exercise is appropriate and safe and will be effective for them. So for this test, what we'll be doing is it'll be 2 minutes of stepping. You'll step with one foot, you'll come up, and then you'll step down with that same foot, and we'll do this at a beat for 2 minutes. And the way we measure is the amount of steps they do is indicative of how well their aerobic capacity is, and so we will do that for them now. Begin the step test. So go ahead and start for me. Go. A little bit faster, vigorously. From her score, we do know that she is ready for intense to moderately intense exercise, and that could be appropriate for her. So this justifies the next 2 exercises that I will have her do. Awesome. So after doing our first 2 measurements to check for cardiovascular risks and just be sure of muscular and aerobic endurance, the first exercise we're going to do is we're going to do this goblet squat. So for this, I chose it as the first exercise because you should do strengthening before you do cardiovascular exercise, and her main goals are to lose weight and to increase cardiovascular health. So to lose weight, one way you can do it is by building muscle, because that burns more calories. So for this exercise, we're going to do it 3 times a week for you, and we're going to do 3 sets of 10 to 15 for this exercise with a 3-minute rest. It's a strengthening exercise that'll work on the lower body, primarily with the glutes and the quads, and then also hip extension for the hamstrings, and then it'll work on upper body stability for you. So what we'll do is you're going to have your feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart, you're going to have your toes pointed slightly outward, you're going to keep it close to your body, and you're just going to go straight down like you're sitting in a chair. And so we're going to go ahead and keep doing that. We're going to do 10 of them for you, and then we're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we'll do 10 more. Yep, good form, great starting form. Go ahead. So for this one, we're going to take our break, and while we do that, the one thing I'd like you to change for me is you're folding really far forward. I'd like you just to try and sit back as much as you can, and if that has to decrease your depth just a little bit, that's okay. We're still going to try and reach that 90 degrees, but if you can, do that. Awesome, so let's finish our rest and then we'll go again. So now that the 3-minute rest is up, we're gonna go ahead and do it one more time for me, or one of 2 more times. So we'll go ahead and give you 10 more. This time just really focusing on staying tall. Yep, keep your elbows under your wrist if you can. Very nice, great. It's looking better. Doing great. 9, last one, 10. Awesome. We're gonna go ahead and do another 3-minute rest. Wonderful job. Awesome, so now that our 3-minute rest has come to a close again, what we'll do is the same thing, one more set of 10. You did a really, really good job last time. There was an improvement there, keeping your chest high and keeping it under. This time, I would just like to see you, just so it would protect your wrist, just to try and tuck your elbows a little more close to it, and just keep them in line. Awesome. That was good. Very nice. Take another 3-minute rest. Awesome. So after you did all those goblet squats, our final exercise for the day is an aerobic exercise in mountain climbers. This is a beginner-friendly exercise that you can do with low equipment. Since you like group classes and gym workouts, you can do this in the gym on like the turf or like the studio section that they have with a yoga mat. So it's a good opportunity to do that. And for this one, we'll be doing it 3 days a week. We'll do 3 sets of 30 seconds per time with a 1-minute rest. So that's a 1 to 2 minute rate, or it's a 1 to 2 ratio for rest intervals. And that'll help you still do that aerobic activity with it as well as muscular endurance. And so the benefit of this and why we're choosing this as a rationale is it will work that endurance aspect, which will raise your EPOC and help you burn calories. And then it'll also help with that muscle stabilization for muscle endurance, which will in turn also help you build muscle and burn weight. So for this one, what we're doing is it works in the sagittal plane, and it's going to be in a push-up position, and you're going to do some hip flexion to bring your leg up, and then you alternate. And so you're working that shoulder stability and that core stability as well, and we'll end up switching like this. And we'll do this for 30 seconds, just keeping your head neutral, where you're almost facing forward so you can breathe, and then just keeping your butt down and your back in line. Awesome, so I have you do it on just this yoga mat so we don't get you all stretched out. And we'll go ahead and do that for 30 seconds, and then I'll count you off on your wrist. Awesome, ready, set, go. 3, 2, 1, time. Awesome, so that was great. Only thing I'm gonna have you change is when you were doing it, your butt was coming up and down a little bit. Just really try and minimize that for me, okay? Perfect. So that's all we'll change for you for now. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and do that second set for you now that that first minute's up. So go ahead and whenever you're ready, set, and then really just keep that butt down for me. Ready, set, go. Try and raise your head a little bit so you can breathe a little bit. There you go. Good. Keep going, drive, really push. 3, 2, 1, time. Good.